Yeah, we don't say regular. We just say like okay, or we're more specific. You would say like maybe not great, or you know, not great, or okay, or a little bit fragile, or something more specific.
She's a little bit molesta.
She's a little bit uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable with her
with the wound. With the wound.
No.
In this specific context, wound is better than injury. I'm sure you've heard the word injury, but injury is cuando te has hecho daño. Yeah, wound is una herida, but like an actual cut. No, que algo que es un corte, exactly. It could be from an accident or from an injury, the wound. But in this case, we're specifically talking about the wound. Yeah? Wound. What was the operation for? What was the operation for?
She had cáncer de mama.
Breast cancer. Breast cancer.
She had a breast cancer 15 years ago, and she had a prosthesis.
A prosthetic. Prosthesis. So prosthetic is the adjective. Sorry. Prosthetic breast. So that's the adjective, or you could say prosthesis. I think it's like this. Not 100% sure. Prosthesis, yeah. Okay, and?
And it has broken.
It was damaged somehow. Disintegrated.
It has to be
It has to be taken out. Yeah, so it was like an implant. No? Yeah. This would be maybe... Yeah, okay. An implant. Yeah, that's probably the more... Because I was thinking, I didn't know if it was internal or external. Because a prosthesis is not always internal. You know, when you say someone has a prosthetic leg, that's external. Okay. Okay, so the implant was compromised or leaking or damaged.
Maybe it can produce infection.
Yeah, infection. Okay.
So
it had to be removed. Okay.
My mom, I don't know if I told you, but she has the Parkinson's disease.
Ah, okay. I think I knew that. I don't know if you told me or if maybe Carmina told me many years ago.
And she has deterioro cognitivo.
She has cognitive deterioration.
Cognitive deterioration.
Yeah. Deterioro is deterioration.
So the anesthesia.
The anesthetic.
Made her
makes her feel disorientated. Okay, so she has a couple of things going on.
We have to stay with her 24 hours a day.
Okay.
And be careful
Yeah, take care of her.
She wants to quitarse.
She wants to take off
the vendaje,
the bandages,
drenaje. Tampoco sé
the drainage, the tubes. Okay.
So,
And do you have support?
yes.
Is Carmina and your...
No, Carmina no. Carmina is the Jesus sister.
Ah, yeah.
Not my sister.
Yeah, okay.
I have two sisters.
Yeah.
And we are making terms.
You are taking turns.
Taking turns.
Okay. So you are 3. Yeah. Okay. You sent me a big script.
Yes, it's too long. Mine was even because I prepared all the script for that day.
Did you write it? Did you write all that?
No.
ChatGPT.
I asked ChatGPT.
Okay.
Because I gathered all the information. And I made a script, but I was asking ChatGPT to organize this information.
Okay. That wasn't actually why I was asking. What I was interested in was it your creation or was it something that the company gave you? That's what I meant. I don't care if you co-authored it with ChatGPT. That's still co-authoring.
Yes. So I gathered different documentation.
Okay.
Styling and this call. So after with this, my assistant.
ChatGPT is also my
organized it
assistant.
Very quickly.
It's
So
amazing. Yeah. No judgment, zero judgment. I think anyone who's not using ChatGPT is an idiot.
For example, it's very useful because we have to work with a lot of calls and a lot of so with this we can do it podemos ser mais rápido, we can be faster.
Yeah.
We can,
of course.
We can manage a lot of I don't know if it's good. Okay, we can discuss if this is a very good idea in our human progression because we try to work harder because we have these instruments. So we are more and more slaves of our work also.
It's a very interesting conversation. What were you going to say? You also use ChatGPT a lot, extensively.
Cloud, Gemini, Copilot.
All of them.
Some of them. Each one for its thing.
Each one for different things. Yeah, I'm interested. What are the different functions for you?
I ask GPT things like this, write a script to me, or get up. Cuando tú subes algo, yo subo un archivo.
Upload. You should know that word. Upload. Yeah, and then download is the opposite. Okay? Subir y descargar. Yeah, upload, download.
Yes. I upload a document or a paragraph and ask it to correct, to get better,
Improve. Or give feedback. That's what you use ChatGPT for.
Cloud, I use Cloud.
I say Claude.
Claude.
Okay. Yeah, because if you say cloud, I understand cloud like la nube.
Cloud.
Yeah, cloud like iCloud. Cloud is a very big word in the technical world because of Apple. No, you have the cloud as well. So cloud to me is the nube, and Claude is the AI.
I use Claude for coding with the program I use at my work.
You do coding.
Claude.
Claude does coding. Yeah.
To me, because I use at my work a program called HIS, Geography Information System.
Okay. GIS, no?
GIS. Yes. And well, with Claude, I can automatize things.
Automate. Not automatize. Automate.
Automate things
Okay.
to the program.
Okay. So it's very basic coding, but they are like automations. Okay, cool.
And
Gemini?
Gemini. Because in my company, the corporative
Account. The corporate account.
account,
Como cuenta bancaria, ¿no?
account.
Yeah, account. O cuenta de cliente, ¿no?
The
Corporate account.
is from Google, so we have Gemini Pro,
Okay.
Claude also,
Okay.
and I make presentations with notebook and things like that because with Pro is better.
Okay.
And Copilot.
Copilot.
Copilot. When I work with documents with the Microsoft account, with some clients.
Okay, Copilot has an affinity with Word, no? Microsoft.
Copilot is from Microsoft.
Okay. Cool. I don't have any experience. No, I don't have any experience with Claude, Gemini, or Copilot, but I have extensively used ChatGPT. But like extensively for years now. I have been using ChatGPT for maybe like 6 years, but like, and because we entered in this conversation, I think it's amazing. Obviously, there are caveats, there are issues. For me, primarily, AI was the support, was the secretary, was the assistant I never had and could never afford as a single woman, a single businesswoman with a modest business and a modest company. So when ChatGPT started to become good, when AI started to become good, for me it was a game changer in my whole organization and my whole life, because I use it not just for business, I use it for personal stuff all the time.
The thing is that it's important to us to be aware of what we are doing with this, because we are giving them a lot of personal information, and this has some ethical issues. Maybe we will find out it in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Even in my profession, or our professions, we are feeding it with super important information.
Yeah.
That one day it will be super automatized, and maybe we won't be necessary anymore. Because it learns from our process of work, and one day it can do it like this.
Without us, yeah. I absolutely agree. I think that is a very genuine, serious concern, but I also think it's unavoidable. I think it's inevitable. I think we already feed information to social media constantly. I actually think that they're listening to us constantly. I think all of our devices are listening to us.
Sometimes it gives you a clue, because sometimes you think you haven't touched anything, and he speaks to you because he heard something, and in that moment he did some response.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I just think that like Big Brother is watching all the time. All the time. And so yes, we try to navigate this system with caution and balance. You have to take what is good for you at a certain time and be aware. I'm more concerned, that is a genuine concern. For me, what I'm more concerned about is making sure that I don't lose my own cognitive abilities, that I don't lose my own voice. That because I'm actually starting to recognize when I read things, I'm starting to recognize that it's written by AI. Because I've got so much experience with AI. So if I see things on social media or if I see things in other people's content, I'm like, this is written by AI, or at least
one day we won't be able to find the difference because we all be using the same code. This is the AI code. You see this in university. Students no longer write their own texts, but we never write our own emails. Our emails are so protocolized AI texts. You know, these are.
Yeah.
We can maybe at this time be aware and find the difference, but one day I think we will lose this comparative situation. Especially our kids, maybe they won't have the comparison.
The comparison, the point of comparison, the perspective of comparison. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like one of the things that makes us human and not machine is our own human synthesis of information, because that's what AI is doing. No, like ChatGPT is a language model, so it's synthesizing language from everything that it has access to, and it's homogenizing, and so it can. I know that people say, oh, they teach ChatGPT to like learn their style, and AI can learn to imitate like a personal style, but the individual with their human computer, a language computer, is always going to have a style, an imperfect style, and it's those imperfections that make it cool, make it human, make it feel human. So I feel like we can't lose that. Maybe we will, but if we do, then it's inevitable.
Yes,
as well.
You know, there was once upon a time, it's correct?
Yeah.
People had a very good memory. I'm talking about medieval and pre-medieval people that could learn big texts by memory.
Yeah.
And we lost this. Nowadays we no longer memorize a text more than, maybe a little verse.
A little paragraph.
That we lost that ability that our ancestors had. So in the future we will lose a lot of cognitive abilities because we have these support, how do we say?
Crutches.
Technological.
Crutches.
Go.
Crutches. Como muletas.
Yes.
Muleta?
Yes. It's not the first
Para andar, ¿no?
Yes. And
Crutches.
they say when we start, for example, Gutenberg, he invented the writing machine.
Uh-huh.
So memory was not anymore. It wasn't necessary anymore. You didn't have to memorize the big texts that ancient people did. So this is an example. We will pass. Vamos a atravesar de nuevo esta situación.
Yeah, we're going to go through this situation again. Yeah, possibly. Possibly or probably.
But we can also be aware of other things before we lost our cognitive abilities. The last thing I learned about it is about precios dinámicos. I don't know, dynamic prices. As you navigate, this technology knows us better than we do.
We know ourselves.
We know ourselves, and this can be aprovechado
profited upon
by these companies. So one day you can enter a restaurant or a supermarket, and the price that you pay for the same item you buy can have a different price from you and for me, especially in function of how necessary and how urgent it is for you to buy it. So this is important. Okay, so the thing is to be aware of what we are doing. Okay? If we are aware of this, we can, I don't know how, but be a little bit more prepared. If we have to be prepared for something, because
but we have to take it one step at a time, no? Our own preparation and our own caution, because what you have just said sounds a little bit like science fiction. I'm not saying it is science fiction, because everything we have now was science fiction in the past, of course. But I'm not about to walk into a shop today or tomorrow and be faced with some kind of like doctored pricing based on my AI usage. If that emerges, if that becomes an issue, then maybe we want to consider our AI usage. But it's like one of those things where I don't believe in cutting off my nose to spite my face. Este es un refrán en inglés. Te cortas la nariz para fastidiar a la cara. Yeah, is the phrase. I cut off my nose to spite my face. Es un refrán y la traducción literal es cortarme la nariz para fastidiar a la cara. ¿Pero qué significa? En este contexto, no aprovechar algo, la utilidad de algo, porque tengo miedo de algunas consecuencias posibles, ¿no? Entonces es como la deprivación también de, pues no voy a aprovechar eso, no voy a usar eso porque igual me puede hacer daño. Yeah? So there are certain like risks that I would like to protect myself against. Yes, I think there is a global issue with data protection and with our intimate information being gathered, harvested by big business. But I don't think anyone cares about my life personally. Yeah, obviously if I was a high profile person, I might have to be a bit more careful. I think yes, they care about us globally, but that's to control us. And yes, we are already being controlled massively. So I do try to take measures in other areas to not be controlled as a citizen. So I try to counterbalance that as much as I can, but I think I am controlled. I think we all are controlled. I think we have these huge limitations placed on us. And the thing with the cognitive abilities, it's really important for me to maintain my cognitive abilities, maintain my authenticity, attempt to maintain my authenticity, protect my children, try to encourage them to be aware that the practice of writing your own essay or the practice of doing your own homework or creating your own text or creating your own language is so valid. And so just with this particular context with you guys, I want to say, like, use ChatGPT. It's amazing. Use it for anything you can in terms of your English language. Your ChatGPT can act like an English teacher, and a really good one. But it cannot replace what is spontaneous language creation in real time. It's like, the argument against why should anyone learn a language nowadays when you have translators, real-time translators. So when you go to a business meeting, you can use one of those real-time translators, the voice translators. You can. But it's not the same as you knowing. There's not the same pride. There's not the same cultivation of yourself. And if you cultivate the self in the area of language learning, or you cultivate the self in the area of learning an instrument, or you cultivate the self in terms of memorizing certain things or working on your memory, that's for you. And that's transferable skills. And that helps with aging. And that helps prevent things like, I don't know if it's Parkinson's, but Alzheimer's and other things similar. No? What do you want to say?
And it's true that ChatGPT and others
AIs
can make some work, some kind of work, but to me it can make the the work repetitive, but the
rational mind, the rationale
mind, to decide the strategies, my work,
interpretation,
interpret laws and
procedures.
A lot of things. It can't make it, and
It can't do it.
Do it. If it do it bad.
If it does it badly.
It does
It does it
it badly.
badly. Yeah. My experience with ChatGPT as well is that it's great for organizing ideas, but it's not as good as me in anything that I try to do with it.
Everything that ChatGPT
Does for you.
me,
Yeah.
because it's
Flawed.
error.
Massively flawed. Yeah. Okay, so do you want to come and do some of your...
But last week I went to the team building, my company team building,
Yeah.
and then it was my mom's operation, so I can memorize.
Okay, so come and read stuff. You have it on your phone, no? Yeah, I went to go. Because we can work on your pronunciation. Okay, so I'm going to give you 10 minutes. Set an alarm for 10 minutes.
Good morning, everyone. Today, I'd like to give you an overview of what our department does and how we support our project throughout the entire life cycle.
Again, the whole sentence again, yeah.
Today, I'd like to give you an overview of what our department does and how we support our project throughout their entire life cycle.
Okay, support.
Okay.
Support. Overview.
Overview.
Okay, continue.
Our department is organized into 3 main areas: environmental management, sustainability, and social impact.
and social impact.
impact and social impact. Although each area has its own responsibilities.
Stop. Although,
Yeah,
la GH no suena, okay?
although each area has its own responsibilities. We work closely together to ensure that every project is environmentally responsible, socially accepted, and aligned with the highest sustainability standards. I will explain our work according to the different phases of a project. Design phase. Everything starts during the design phase. In the environmental management area, our first objective is to determine whether a project is feasible from both an environmental
From what?
From both.
From both. It is feasible from both.
From both an environmental and urban planning perspective.
Okay. Okay. Esa pequeña pausa ahí es como que me corto. Yeah.
From both an environmental and urban planning perspective. We evaluate potential sites. We evaluate potential sites to identify environmental constraints, protected areas, planning restrictions, permitting requirements, and any other issues that could affect a project
Development. Pronunciation is getting better.
Once a suitable site has been selected.
Suitable. Esa I no. Suitable.
Once a suitable site has been selected, we identify all the environmental permits and authorizations required and prepare the technical studies needed for the permitting process. These may include environmental impact assessments, integrated environmental permit documentation, biodiversity studies, noise studies, landscape assessments, water studies, and many others, depending on the characteristics of the project. At the same time, our sustainability team works hand in hand with the engineering teams to ensure that sustainability is integrated into the project design from the very beginning. Rather than treating sustainability as something to address later, we make sure it becomes part of every design decision. Our goal is to ensure that the project complies with the requirements needed to achieve internationally recognized certifications, including certifications. Including BREEAM, the EU taxonomy, and ISO 1468 for climate neutrality.
¿Qué estás diciendo? ¿Una fecha?
Es que yo le digo 1468, pero es 14.068, tendría que decirlo así.
14,000, ¿pero qué es? ¿Una cifra?
Sí, a ver, las ISOs son...
es la referencia de un reglamento. I would say 1468.
1468.
Yeah.
Hay un cero en medio, pero 14.
There's a cero.
Claro, es 14.068, ¿no? Pero yo en español lo digo 1468. Porque al final, igual que 50001, o sea que muchas veces yo en español lo separo esos dos números muchas veces.
14068.
La 1467, la 14. Porque es una serie de ISOs, ¿no? Están la 1467, la 1467, que no es 14, es 14.067, 14.068.
Es como jerga, ¿no? Jerga,
sí.
Que ya se entiende, ¿no?
Sí.
Yeah, maybe you can say 1468, or maybe just the numbers 14068. 14068.
For climate neutrality.
Climate.
Climate.
Climate. Yeah, climate. It's like an climate.
Climate.
Yeah.
Neutrality.
La E ahí no suena. Neutrality. Neutral. Neutrality. Lo que estás haciendo muy bien es anunciar. Estás anunciando muy bien, estás prestando atención sí, y eso te sirve. Continue.
This involves reviewing building materials.
Reviewing.
Building.
Yeah, this we still have to work on, the V and the B.
Building materials, energy efficiency, water management, carbon emissions, circular economy principles, and many other sustainability
Criteria.
Our third area is social impact. At this early stage, we identify all relevant stakeholders who may be
Stakeholders.
Está mal escrito.
Okay, stake. Tú estás diciendo skate en plan skating, en plan patinaje. Es stake.
Stakeholders.
Yeah.
Who may be affected by or have an interest in the project. These stakeholders may include local authorities, nearby communities, landowners, nearby communities.
Nearby. And it's nearby. Nearby communities. Nearby
communities, landowners, environmental organizations, businesses, universities, and many others. We also perform a social perception analysis to understand local expectations, identify potential concerns, assess opportunities, and anticipate possible risks. Based on this analysis, we prepared a stakeholder engagement and social action plan that will guide our activities throughout the project.
Okay, good. Better. Okay, one sec, and then it's your turn. Okay, I didn't write all the words that can be improved. In general, your enunciation is much better and your pronunciation is much better. You have to keep practicing. Just, okay? Determine. Own. Like propio. Own. Support. Yeah. There's this sound that it happens in English, my British accent, which is Support. Yeah, it's una U, but it's support. Project.
Project.
Potential.
Potential.
This is an O, po, but it's again. Potential.
Potential.
Support.
Support.
Potential.
Potential.
Yeah, if you incorporate that sound, it's going to make you sound more natural in general, okay? Potential.
Potential.
And this is another thing you don't pronounce correctly, that T-I, you say it like potential, no? But it's shh.
Potential.
Potential. Y es el mismo sonido al final también, es
Potential.
Yeah, exactly. Potential.
Potential.
Potential. Issues.
Issues.
Es doble S, pero es otra vez sh. Issues. Issues.
Issues.
Issues. Suitable.
Suitable.
Pero no es UI, es
Suitable.
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 Suitable. Y es table, como table, pero otra vez es el sonido Suitable.
Suitable.
Biodiversity.
Biodiversity.
Engineering.
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 Decision.
Decision.
Eso es el je. Yeah, je t'aime. Decision. Achieve.
Achieve. Achieve.
Achieve. And it's A at the beginning, but it's Achieve. Achieve. Certifications.
Certifications.
Shh.
Certifications.
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 Climate.
Climate.
Neutrality.
Neutrality.
V.
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 B.
V.
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 B. V.
V.
B. You just have to practice that. V. B. V. B. V. B. Criteria.
Criteria.
Nearby.
Nearby.
Or nearby. 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 Okay. You'll go. Set an alarm for 10 minutes.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining this internal information session. Today, I'm going to give you a practical overview of the SET Partnership Code 2026. The main aim is
2026 is the date, no? I say 2026.
I prefer that, but it's the same that in our
2026.
jargon we do
Jargon. Yeah, but for dates, I don't like
I
it.
don't
And
like
it doesn't stand out to me as a date.
Yes.
I think you should say
And
2026.
Yes.
2026. We use the double digit format for old dates. I was born in 1983. 1980 for the older dates, yeah, but from 2000 onwards, no. 2001, 2010, 2020, 2026. For the 19th century, yeah, but for the 2000s, no.
So today I'm going to give you a practical overview of the SET Partnership Joint Call 2026. The idea is to help you understand the most important points before joining or preparing a proposal.
Before joining. Es la segunda vez que lo dices así. Joining.
Before joining?
Yeah,
before?
you say before join, but it's before joining.
We will look at 5 main questions. First, what is a SET partnership? Second, what type of projects can be found? Third, how does the application process work? And fourth, what are the main eligibility rules, especially for Spanish participants? And finally, how can the research project management team support you? So, what is a SET partnership? The SET partnership is a large European program that supports research and innovation in clean energy. It is part of Horizon Europe, but the funding is managed through the national and regional funding organizations.
National and regional.
National and regional funding organizations. This means that projects are international, but each partner normally receives funding from its own national or regional agency. For Spanish research organizations, such as CI, funding is expected mainly through the Agencia Estatal de Investigación,
Yeah.
API. The Spanish funding instrument is called the Proyectos
The Spanish funding.
The Spanish funding instrument is the Proyectos de Colaboración Internacional. For CI, this code is especially relevant because it is connected with many of our research areas like energy storage, hydrogen, renewable energy, energy systems, digitalization, industry, or decarbonization. As an example, there are a lot of there are a lot, yo estoy siendo creativa, quiero decir, hay otros, es una parte solo.
There are many more.
There are many more. The said partnership can be a very good opportunity for CI, but we need to check the rules very carefully from the beginning. The 2026 joint call is organized in different call modules. These modules cover different areas of the clean energy transition. For example, they may include topics related to energy storage, hydrogen, renewable energy, buildings, industry, energy systems, and digitalization.
Okay, one thing. You are speaking fast, quite fast.
Fast, rápido.
Yeah. I'm not saying it as a criticism, okay? It's just a fact. You are speaking quite fast, especially relative to Imma. You are speaking quite fast, possibly because you can, which is good. That's a skill. Yeah, your English is such that you have a fluency that allows you to speak fast, okay? And the speed that you're speaking at is okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not too fast. That's why I'm saying it's not a judgment. But one, I want to make sure you're speaking fast out of choice and not because you're nervous and you're rushing it.
No, I'm not nervous because
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
reading it.
One. And two, if you speak fast, you must make sure that you enunciate properly everything. Because sometimes when we speak fast, we like eat little parts of the words, you know, endings or syllables. And so there are some things that get lost. And we want to make sure that if we speak fast, we are still communicating everything, that the listener can still pick up on every word. And changing the dynamic, as in the speed of how you speak, is actually engaging. So you have the choice of whether to speak fast and slow. So use that and play with it. And when there are moments, maybe it's a list and you feel like you can sort of like bounce through them in a kind of quick way, awesome. But then there are certain words that maybe you need to slow down on and enunciate better. Okay? Continue.
So, each proposal must choose one call module. This is important because the project must fit the scope of that specific module. It is not enough to have a good scientific idea. The idea must also match the objectives, expected outcomes, TRL, level, and specific conditions of the selected module. So, before preparing a proposal, researchers should check three things. First, does the project idea fit the selected module? Are the expected outcomes clearly addressed? And are the partners and activities eligible under that module? So, and are the partners and activities eligible under that call module?
Illegible.
Eligible.
What do you mean by that?
So there are eligibility requirements. You have to fulfill some-
legible.
You have to be
Legitimate.
Well, in our context, we have this eligible word.
Okay. Legible or illegible?
Eligible.
Eligible. Sorry, I wasn't understanding the word. It's eligible.
And there are
Eligible.
partners and activities.
That's important because I did not understand what word you were using. Eligible.
Eligible.
Yeah, you were putting the accent on legible, and that makes it sound like the word legible, which is legible. And so I was thinking, are you saying legible or ilegible, que no se puede leer? Que no, I didn't understand. It's eligible.
Eligible. Okay. Are the partners and activities eligible
Yes.
under that module? Okay, so how does this all work? The set partnership is a two-stage procedure. The first
Procedure.
The first stage is the pre-proposal.
Pre-proposal.
Pre-proposal. That is a shorter application. It includes the basic project description, the consortium partners, team members, and a preliminary budget. The deadline for the pre-proposal on the set partnership platform is 8 October.
Okay. This you should learn how to say a date with confidence. First of all, even though it's not written there, you have to say on. Siempre apuntamos en el día. Y cuando verbalizamos o vocalizamos una fecha, decimos on. No se escribe. Se escribe el número o el día, número, bla, bla. Y son números ordinales siempre, las fechas. Okay? So, on the, eso tampoco se escribe, on the 8th of, también hay que ponerlo, incluso que no se escribe, on the 8th of October 2026. Okay? Eso, tienes que poder leer una fecha con seguridad, ¿ok? En vez de, no sé muy bien cómo decirlo.
No, en este caso era solo porque ya sabemos que estamos hablando de
Inercia,
2026.
da igual. Tú tienes prisa a veces, impaciencia, y lo entiendo, lo tenemos todos, ¿ok? Y también soy consciente de que tu cerebro vaya más rápido de todo el proceso. Lo mismo pasa a ella. Somos 3 mujeres cognitivamente bien, con buen coco. Y eso es un don excelente, es una virtud excelente, pero lo que a veces hace es prohíbe algo de progreso a la hora de la práctica. Okay, say the date.
The deadline for the pre-proposal on the set partnership platform is the 8th of October 2026.
Yeah, 2026.
2026.
Yeah, in that case you don't have to say on because you're saying the date is. Yeah, if you say my birthday is, you say my birthday is on the 6th of March, blah, blah, but there, no, the date is the 8th of October, that's fine. Okay. Okay, so there's a few words that I'm going to say for you, the same as for Imma. But before that, your problem is not the same as Imma, or your difficulty, okay? These are not problems. I use the word problem out of habit, but it's not a problem. You don't have a problem. You just have a place where you are and a place where you want to arrive at, okay? Imma needs to work on pronunciation more than you. Some of your pronunciation can be improved too. But what I want to know is this the best practice for you to be reading that? Or would it be more helpful for us to be doing role-playing scenarios?
It would be better to role-play.
Yeah. This is great. You've created this, which is a base document and a base understanding of what you're doing, and it's good for me to understand that too. But now your next job, maybe between today and Wednesday or whenever you have time, is to write a list of questions that you think people might ask you, like that you imagine that people might ask you, okay? And then we can try role playing. This is great practice for you too,
Because
okay?
It's what I said to you at the beginning. I can read it easily. My fear is the
question and answers moment.
Exactly.
Because, okay, I can read a script, no problem. But I will have to be, ¿cómo se dice? Tendré que ser más natural y espontánea y improvisar las respuestas.
Yeah.
Que aunque las tenga en español, luego voy a tener que decirlas y hacer todo el barullo de la traducción.
Yeah. Yeah, so your next piece of homework is to write a list of questions for Wednesday, even if it's just 5. Yeah.
Que ella no sepa cuáles van a ser.
Very
Yo
good,
esto lo
very good.
entiendo. O sea, que yo si me leo su guión,
Yeah.
perdón por hablar en español,
puedo
puedo hacer
Yeah.
unas preguntas, que se las hagas tú o lo que sea aquí en el roleplay.
Yeah. Yeah, you can ask her the questions.
Very good idea.
Que ella no sepa cuáles van a ser.
Yeah.
Igualmente sí.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to think about some questions for her, go for it. Okay. You have this Portuguese thing, the same as the French, where you don't pronounce the H. I know that you're like whatever. And maybe it doesn't matter.
It's like in
It doesn't
Spanish.
matter,
There
yeah.
are some sounds that I cannot do. My daughters say to me, put the tongue like
And you don't
sorry,
do it.
but I won't do that. Because you have to think, okay, so now I can speak a lot in Spanish. And you are asking me to put my tongue like this to some words. And for example,
The thing is, it doesn't matter so
I just
much,
ignore
that
it.
one.
I just
No?
ignore it.
Yeah.
And my daughters will say that to me.
Try though. Help.
Help.
It's like the jota.
Yes.
It's not hard. You can do it.
Yes.
Help.
Help.
And like, I don't want to force you to perfect your accent to the point where you lose your accent. There's nothing wrong with an accent. An accent's cool. An accent is part of our identity. It's awesome. But we do want to maximize our chances of being understood. That is important, okay? And so I do actually imitate a Spanish accent as best I can. I try to imitate all of those sounds. The th, the sounds that are were difficult for me at the beginning. The th is not difficult because we have thistle and whatever. Because doesn't matter how well I try to speak Spanish or perfect my Spanish, you're always going to hear my accent, always, just because that's life. Funding.
Funding.
Yeah, you say it a lot like founding. It sounds a bit like when you said it like 2-3 times, I wrote it down because it sounded a bit like founding. Okay, so there was like a split second in my head where I was like, nah, I don't know what she means. Funding.
Funding.
Like up.
But
Funding.
what
Funding.
do I say? Exactly, what do I say? I
More
say
like-
founding.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's another word.
Yeah, founding is like the founding fathers, like la gente que establecen o lo que establece algo de fundar, claro. But it's funding and founding.
Okay, so I have to
Funding,
Funding.
like fun,
Fun,
yeah, fun, funding. Regional
Regional
and national.
and national.
You were saying them in a way that I was a bit like, don't know. Regional,
Regional,
national.
national.
Hydrogen.
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 Yeah. Hydrogen.
Hydrogen.
Yeah, the accent is at the beginning, okay, with the H.
Hydrogen.
Yeah, hydrogen.
Hydrogen.
When you say hi, you use the H, yeah?
No.
You say I.
I say hi.
Yeah, hi, exactly. And hello?
Well, my daughters do correct me because I think I do not pronounce the like that.
You say hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello. That
Hello.
would be correct. Hello. So I have to do this. The sound comes here.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say that it's easy, okay? Speaking requires effort. Yeah? The same as singing. Yeah, we think that,
Yes.
Singers are just born singing. No, it's bloody hard work. And speaking is hard work. It's tiring. At the end of the day, you go home from work and you're like, I don't want to speak anymore, you know? Most of the time. So it's hard work. You have to engage your muscles. Hydrogen. Cover. I don't know what happened there. Eligible. Procedure. Pre-proposal. Okay, that's it. But yeah, I think for you, we have to give her, practice asking you some questions. That doesn't mean this is not useful for you, because I think it is useful for you too, because the more you practice that, the more confident you are with your delivery. Okay, you'll go. Set an alarm for 10 minutes.
Okay. The two phase is the permitting phase.
The second phase.
The second phase is the permitting phase. Once the project enters the permitting phase, our work continues. In environmental management, we coordinate.
We coordinate. Ahí hay dos O's, yeah, and you should pronounce them. Coordinate, because one is O and one is O. Coordinate.
We coordinate and monitor the entire environmental permitting process. This includes maintaining communication with the different public authorities.
With the different public
authorities. Responding to comments from regulatory agencies, preparing additional technical documentations we never requested, and ensuring that every environmental requirement is properly addressed until all permits are obtained.
Obtained. Es curioso, que usas una V cuando es una B y usas una B cuando es una V. Tienes una cosa ahí en el cerebro.
Sí.
Eso significa que hay que limpiar ese camino. Eso es mi percepción. Mi percepción es que cuando llega una B o una V tienes un milisegundo de cacao y pasa con mucha gente y muchas cosas. Hay cosas que tenemos como confundidas en el cerebro y el cerebro como repite el hábito, repite la confusión.
Pero me pasa en inglés porque en español, como siempre pronuncio la B,
Claro.
Me pasa.
Yeah.
Siempre lo hago bien.
Yeah.
No
Te
me
creo.
The permitting phase often requires close coordination between environmental consultants, engineers,
Consultants.
engineers,
Legal.
advisors, and public administrations. So project management is also a very important part of our work. Meanwhile, the sustainability team continuously reviews any design modifications that occur during the permitting process.
Good.
Projects naturally evolve as engineering progresses, and every change must be evaluated to ensure that it does not compromise compliance with our sustainability objectives or certification requirements. In social impact, this is the stage when stakeholder engagement activities really begin.
Stakeholders.
Stakeholder.
Debería tener una S, ¿no?
No, stakeholder engagement.
Ah, okay.
De hecho, stakeholder engagement activities.
Okay.
Really,
Entonces tu ritmo tiene que
yeah.
transmitirme eso. Okay.
We implement the stakeholder engagement plan through different actions depending on the project and the local context.
Depending on.
Depending on the project and the local context. These activities may include communication campaigns, public consultations, information meetings, workshops, working groups, one-to-one meetings, one-on-one.
One-to-one, I
One-to-one.
use one-to-one.
One-to-one meetings with key stakeholders, collaboration agreements with local organizations, and many other engagement initiatives. Our objective is to establish transparent communication, build trust, and create long-term relationships with the communities where we operate.
Build.
Build.
Has usado la V ahí. Yeah. Build.
The third phase is construction phase. During construction, our role shifts from planning to implementation and monitoring.
Monitoring.
In the environmental management area, we supervise environmental compliance throughout the construction works. We verify that contractors comply with all environmental conditions established in the permits and environmental management plans. This includes monitoring issues such as waste management,
Muy bien, ya estás aprendiendo.
dust control, noise, water protection, biodiversity protection, soil management, and environmental incident prevention. We also prepare the required environmental monitoring reports and work with contractors to resolve any environmental issues that may arise during construction. At the same time, the sustainability team manages the certification process. We collect all the evidence required to demonstrate compliance with sustainability standards, coordinate with certification bodies, and ensure that the project successfully achieves the targeted certifications. Targeted certifications. For the social impact area, stakeholder engagement continues throughout construction. Construction activities can have a direct impact on local communities, so maintaining continuous communication is essential. We continue implementing the social action plan, providing project updates, responding to questions, managing concerns, organizing meetings when needed, and ensuring that local stakeholders remain informed throughout the construction period.
Remain informed.
Remain informed throughout the construction period.
Okay. Una cosa. Bueno, no, sigue.
The last phase is operation phase. Our involvement does not end once construction is completed. During the operational phase, we continue supporting the project over the long term. In environmental management, we prepare the annual environmental monitoring reports required by environmental permits. These reports demonstrate compliance with permit conditions and include monitoring results for
Yeah.
for environmental parameters established by the authorities.
Established.
In sustainability, we prepare the documentation required to maintain or renew the project's sustainability certifications.
The project's
sustainability certifications whenever
applicable.
We also continue monitoring sustainability performance and identifying opportunities for continuous improvement.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Está bien. Es poco a poco y cada vez más vas mejorando palabras y eso. Lo estamos haciendo así, sentados, cómodos, ¿ok? Pero supongo que estarás de pie.
Bueno, es que yo muchas reuniones como we work with the offices in Madrid and Sevilla, now in Sydney, Vancouver and London. So
A veces de pie, a veces sentada.
Casi todas.
Almost all of them.
Almost the meetings are.
Almost all of the meetings are online. Okay. The point wasn't. It's not about whether you're sitting down or standing up. The point is consciousness about your breath and your posture, because you actually were very hunched when you were sitting. You had your leg up like this, and you have a lot of body here. Got boobs and body that compact and compress your breathing, and so sometimes you almost were like having trouble with your breathing. Okay, breath is super important for speaking, like singing, like this whole work. There's nothing without the breath. So when you are pronouncing long sentences, you need to have some control of the breath and decide when do I breathe and when do I, yeah? You need to sit with a posture that enables you to have comfortable breathing. You need to know, have some decisions of, am I breathing through my nose, am I breathing through my mouth? Generally in singing, we breathe through our mouth quickly, whereas in everyday life, you're more breathing through your nose because you're filtering the air. But sometimes in conversation, especially fast conversation, it can be important to, you might need to take breaths through your mouth. And you're always trying to have diaphragmatic breathing that goes down into the belly rather than shallow breathing. That will help with nerves, that will help with grounding. So yeah, I want you to think about your posture. Okay, posture also helps with confidence and delivery, and this thing of gestures as well. It gives dynamic, it gives understanding to what you're saying. It keeps people engaged, because a lot of this content can be super boring because it's technical and it's all these technical words, and there is no reason why you can't add dynamics to what you're saying and still be professional. Yeah, sometimes we think that professionality has to be really, no, it doesn't. The thing with the repetitive content that you said, ChatGPT, that's separate. Yeah, if you need to adjust your content, adjust it. Okay, so that it isn't repetitive. This is another thing that we realize when we practice and when we speak and share. We think, oh, I want to adjust that. I want to change that. Sustainability.
Sustainability.
Because you say it very much sustainability, because in Spanish it's sos. But in English it's the U, but it's with my sound no? Sustainability. Sustainability. Consultants.
Consultant.
Yeah, it's an O, but again I say k. Consultants. Management.
Management.
Establish.
Establish.
Establish. Okay, there are two. Establish and established.
Established.
But there's a sound at the beginning. Establish. Establish. Like España. Yeah? Establish. Establish. And then established. Si es pasado, esa ED va a sonar como una T. Established. Build. Monitoring. Issues. Targeted. Construction. Again, and construction. Essential. Social. Concerns. Informed. Coordinate. Entire. Public. Regulatory. At the beginning. Regulatory. It makes it easier to say the whole word. When you've got a longer word and you have an anchor at the beginning. Regulatory. Addressed. Okay. Yeah. Now you have a choice, okay? Do you want to read? Or do you want to have Imma ask you some questions?
If you want to ask me something, I can. Or
We can do both. You can read, and then when she thinks of a question, she can interrupt.
more, and after she has more information to ask.
Yeah. Set an alarm for 10 minutes.
So, about the eligibility criteria. A proposal must pass 3 different eligibility filters.
Eligibility.
Eligibility filters. The first filter is transnational eligibility.
Eligibility. That one, there is eligibility. Transnational eligibility filters. Eligibility. The accent is on B. Eligibility filters.
The first filter is transnational eligibility. This includes the minimum number of partners, countries, and the distribution of project effort. The second filter is the core module eligibility. This means that the project must fit the selected core module, its scope, objectives, and expected outcome, also the TRL level and specific rules. And the third filter is AIE International Eligibility Criteria. This is especially important for us. It includes the eligibility of the Spanish entity, the Spanish PI, the budget limits, the cost categories, and the national AEI submission. So, a proposal can be very good scientifically, but still have a problem if one of these filters is not respected. So the main takeaway is simple. Eligibility must be checked early, not at the last minute. About the consortium rules, let's now take a look briefly to the consortium rules. Each project must include at least 3 beneficiary partners. These partners must come from 3 different countries. At least 2 of these countries must be EU member states or Horizon Europe associated countries. There must also be a project coordinator, and there are limits on the distribution of effort. One single partner cannot have more than 60% of the total project effort, and all partners from the same country cannot have more than 75% of the total project effort. This is important because the consortium must be balanced. It is also important that every partner checks its own national or regional eligibility before the proposal is submitted.
Regional.
Regional. If one partner is not eligible, the whole proposal may be at a risk.
The whole.
The whole proposal may be at risk. For this reason, it is safer to build a consortium with more than the minimum number of partners. Now, important, the AIE rules for Spanish participants. For Spanish participants, the funding organization is expected to be the AIE through the PCI instrument. There are some important national rules. First, the Spanish entity must be eligible. In general, AIE funds non-profit research organizations such as universities, public research organizations, technological centers, and other non-profit research institutions. Companies are not funded by EAI under this scheme. This does not mean that companies cannot participate in the consortium. They can participate, and in some core modules they are needed, they are mandatory to act as partners. But Spanish companies should look for other funding sources, for example, CEDETI or regional agencies. Second, there are limits on the number of Spanish entities funded by AIE. As a general rule, only one AIE funded applicant is allowed per proposal as a partner. There is one exception. Two AIE funded Spanish entities may participate if one of them acts as a coordinator of the transnational proposal. So, before joining a consortium, we need to check
Before joining.
Before joining a consortium,
Okay.
we need to check whether there are other Spanish partners requesting AI funding for this same proposal. Any questions?
What kind of question do you think you might be asked?
I think they will ask me about the core module requirements, but I don't know. Because it's hard to me to.
It's
to
hard
read,
for me.
It's hard for me to read this core text as about 100 pages. Because I can read the technical and administrative chapters to understand all this core process. But the core module, the filters, the requirements of each core module, they do need to read the researchers. So they will ask me a lot about the core module requirements. And in my mind, I cannot have all this information because I'm new in this entity. So the technique, la terminología técnica.
The technical terminology.
I'm not quite, todavía no estoy muy acostumbrada a ella.
I'm not used to it.
I'm not used to it. So I think they will ask me a lot about the core module requirements, and also when doubt that they will have that in this call, there's a new thing. Researchers in this area, they are quite used to think and to work on TRL, the technological readiness level, because when they prototype or do research on one material, they know what kind of readiness level they have. But in this core module, they speak about TRI, that it's a kind of group of experts that define the core module requirements, outcomes, and objectives. So they will have also doubts about what is this TRI, that is not the same than TRL. And there's also another, what's this sigla?
Sigla.
Las siglas. TRL es una sigla de tecnológico.
Primera letra de cada
Yeah.
palabra.
I don't know.
Okay, so no.
I will have a look.
No problem.
Yeah.
I know that they will ask me about that, the core module requirements. And I think that I will have to say to them that it's better that you share the core module requirements.
I think it's acronym, but I will have a look.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So I think you should share the core module, your core module requirements, because I cannot have all these in my mind.
Okay, so answer that like that. For now, no? For now, that has to be an answer. That has to be enough, no? You could say, but you don't have to, I would not advise defending yourself. Or I would advise saying, I do not have detailed information about the technical requirements for each core module. For the detailed information, you have to read the blah blah blah. No? Read the chapter. Yeah, read your core module chapter.
I have to say this because I'm
But-
not able to answer all the questions.
Yeah. But don't apologize.
No.
Don't defend yourself. Just be like, oh, for detailed information about your core module, read the core module chapter.
Okay. But
Say it confidently.
yes, but also I think they are used to ask for help for the project team.
They are used to asking for help. When you use the construct used to be used to, it's always followed by the verb in the ing form. I am used to speaking English. I am used to asking questions. I am used to eating meat.
I think they are used to asking for help from the project manager team on these specificities. And one thing I can also say that is that, well, we can, like in a particular way, we can have a meeting, B2B meeting, so we can check. So not only to say, hey, it's your task to do it.
If you want us to accompany.
I can tell in another way more polite. Okay,
Yeah.
So, ¿cómo podría decirlo? We can check the core module
Together. No?
O que revisen el chapter del
No,
you can make me one question.
Specific questions, no?
Yes.
So
to aclarar.
exactly, yeah.
some requirements.
To clear up, to get clarity.
A las 10 en punto me llaman.
Yeah. Now you should finish. Yeah, exactly. You can say for technical specifications or relating to your core module, please read the chapter that applies to you. But of course, feel free to come back with any questions once you've read it. Or if you need us to go through this together, we can schedule a meeting. Something like that, no? Yeah. Because that's reasonable. It's reasonable. It's reasonable that, like, even in my job now, I don't know your job. I don't know your job. I don't know. There's always going to be vocabulary that I might have to look up or whatever. You don't have to have specific technical knowledge, but you do have to have a good, intelligent answer. You know, this is where you get the information. If you have any questions, come back to me. If you need to be, if you need help understanding anything, come back to me. No? I'm just going to have a look at the word sigla. I think it's acronym, but I don't know. Here it says abbreviation, but it's not. It's acronym, yeah. Acronym. Okay. Yeah. Done. No? Who's that? Your sister demanding you, like, immediately, waiting for the... Okay, so your homework, I think, is to try to think of the different questions, specific questions, so we can practice them too. You can even ask ChatGPT as well to, offer up some possible questions. So we can do both. We can practice reading it and practice the questions. You don't really have anything to do apart from work, practice. What did I look at for your vocabulary? Eligibility. Coordinator. Exactly. Coordinator. Because it depends on where the word. If it's coordinate, no, it's still on the second syllable, the accent, no? Coordinate. Regional. Como regional o algo así, or region. I don't know, but it's not quite right. Regional. Joining. I think a few times you've said join when you want to say joining. It's very important to concentrate on endings. You sometimes leave off your endings. You're far too extremeñan now. But it's because you speak fast. You speak fast and you leave off some endings sometimes. That's it, okay? If there's something else you want to do, to practice, to introduce, to ask me, tell me. But otherwise we are just going to keep going with this.
When I practice more this, be able to resume this improvisation.
From memory, no? Yes, exactly. I definitely want you to be there. I would love you to not have to read any of this and be able to summarize parts of it, definitely. But it's a process, okay? It takes time, and you have to have faith. Because at the beginning, sometimes it's hard just to pronounce a word. And then, but the more you work on it, the more natural it becomes. It's like that with the music and with the songs, and experience tells you that the beginning is painful. Like you're maybe not with your English, but just learning all this material is like, it's like heavy, no? But then after a while, it's just.
Yeah. Like you said, it's a process. At the beginning, it's very hard to us because we are not used to speak English, and we have to do it in the professional context.
Professional contexts.
In professional context, so there's a little bit of pressure, more pressure there. So yes, we have to work a lot of things, the pronunciation, the nerves.
But meticulous, yeah. But this.
I have to make a presentation in Spanish.
Give a presentation or do a presentation. Do or give, not make.
Give a presentation in Spanish about a project. The work I do in the project I told you in the last program.
The project you told me about.
Certifications, stakeholder plans, permitting process, and I was it was with my matters,
Your colleagues.
my colleagues, and I was very nervous. It was very difficult to me to keep calm.
Yeah, but you have that issue anyway. That you would benefit from working on your nerves, with working on your confidence, your delivery in general. You don't seem to You seem to be more confident. You seem to be more comfortable in your own skin. But I mean, not just speaking in English, just more comfortable. You are more apologetic about your being. ¿Ya? Tienes que salir un poco más sin pedir disculpas, energéticamente. Tener más como... Yeah, go. Yeah, go. Mwah. See you on Wednesday.